Good morning, dronies. I'm going to play you a video clip from yesterday. I went out and did some flying, and I made a discovery, and it has to do with, I put these on there for visibility reasons back a few months ago, and I just made these. It's that reflective stuff that you see on like road workers jackets or whatever, high visibility stuff. And then I painted my extended landing gear, kind of with the little shocks. I painted them neon orange for visibility reasons, and it helped a lot. You can see your drone a lot better if you're like me. I'm pushing 50 years old and my eyes suck anymore. So watch this clip, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I discovered that may be extremely helpful to a few people. Alright, see you in a little bit. Something very interesting, guys. On that last flight, I turned my Wi-Fi off because I'm close enough to the house that it connects to the house, and I put it into do not disturb, and I put it in airplane mode, and it did that weird auto land crap that it hasn't done in a long time. And now that I think about it, I think the last time it did that was another time that I put it in airplane mode. So I'm wondering if not getting a signal or whatever from DJI servers is causing some sort of that geofencing issue. I'm exactly 5 miles from a small airstrip and a little gated aviation community that's out here. I mean, literally on the map, the 5 mile line goes through the center of my house. I'm exactly 5 miles from it. And I do get the warning, alerting me that there is an airstrip nearby. But it's never not let me fly. Very interesting. I took it, I turned the Wi-Fi back on, took it out of airplane mode, and I just left do not disturb on. So let's try that again. Wheel error. I'm going to unlock the exposure lock. Okay, it's tripping out on me. I went and hit return to home, and it's coming back down, but it took off on me and went straight up. What I'm going to do now is take this extended landing gear off that I painted fluorescent orange. I'm wondering if that's messing with the sensors underneath. Be right back. Alright guys, check it out. When I made these, I didn't have them on the back arms, I put them on the front arms. I only had them on the two front arms. But as I was flying, and my drone was new, I got it, I think it was delivered April 20th. And first week I was flying, I kept having this issue where, I'd be 40, 50 feet up, flying in a straight line, absolutely no objects, nothing near me, closer than the ground anyway. And the alarm would go off for obstacle avoidance, the little radar thing. And the drone would just stop as if there was an obstacle in front of it. And I didn't know if something was wrong with the drone, or something was wrong with the obstacle avoidance sensors. I didn't know what was going on. Well, finally, I had taken these off one day, and I noticed that issue stopped happening. And so I tested it. I put them back on, and sure enough, started happening. Now, these were on the front arms, and they can't move any further than that. So they weren't getting in the way of the obstacle avoidance sensors at all, in any way. Even if they were all the way out to the end of the arms, they still were not in view of the obstacle avoidance sensors. But I started having the problem again as soon as I put them back on. Took them off, problem went away. So what I figured was scattering the light with these reflective tapes or whatever messed with the obstacle avoidance sensors. Put them back on, problem started again, took them back off, problem went away. So obviously these were the problem. I don't know how or why, but it caused it. Well, back 6-7 weeks ago when the new forced update came out and with all the new no-fly zones and all that, right about that same time I ordered these extended landing gears with the spring on them, which by the way do absolutely nothing. These would work if your drone weighed about 6 pounds, but it's a real stiff spring. You'd have to come down doing 40 miles an hour for that to compress, and then you would take a giant bounce. So they do add some more length compared to just the regular extended landing gears. They're an inch longer pretty much. So they do add some more height, but don't think those springs are actually going to do anything for you. They do not. Yesterday I'm flying and I start having this issue again that started originally right around the time of that update. And it would go into auto landing mode by itself. And I couldn't stop it. I lost all stick control on the left stick and it would just slowly come down. Flicking on and off the sport mode would stop it. Then I'd hit the stick up, go up with it again, and it would start going on its own up to, I'm assuming, return to home height is what it was doing, and then immediately go into auto land again. I thought it was an issue with the update. I uninstalled, reinstalled, uninstalled the Go app, reinstalled it. And just every once in a while, not every time I flew, but every once in a while, it would do that landing crap. I've talked to a few people that have channels about it, and it's a noggin scratcher. We couldn't figure out what the heck it was doing. But yesterday, I went out to fly, and lately I've been taking off of a little table that I have outside. And when I come in to land, I just hand catch it because of the amount of dust. The dirt around here is like talcum powder right now. It's so dry and dusty. I mean, it just kicks up a huge cloud of dust when you land. So I've been hand catching it and taking off from the table. Yesterday I put these on and went out there to do my little test that I was doing, making my YouTube video. And it right away went into auto land. And it hasn't done that for a little while. I'm going, I'll be dang. Well, I live 5 miles from an airport, exactly 5 miles from an airstrip. On the map, the 5-mile radius circle that's around it literally goes through the center of my house. I'm exactly 5 miles from an airstrip. So I get the warning, but it doesn't prevent me from flying or anything. But yesterday it started doing the auto land stuff, and I was trying to, thinking, what the heck could be causing that? So maybe it's the intelligent flight modes I'm using. So I tried flying regular P mode. Did it again. Scratching my head, wondering what's going on. And it finally occurred to me, maybe the neon orange plasti dip stuff that I painted on these for visibility, maybe it's messing with these sensors down here, these cameras. Kind of like this was on the front sensors. So I pulled these off, flew, the problem went away immediately. I put them back on, put it up in the air again, auto land, started doing goofy weird stuff again. It even gave me a wheel error. Wheel error on using the wheel on the remote to tilt the gimbal. Brought it down, took them off, put it up and again, problem went away. What I've learned is that, I don't know why or how, but these bright colors and reflecting lots of light or I don't know, scattering the light. I don't know how or why, but it is causing the sensors on the bottom and the front of the Mavic to do weird stuff. Took them off, put it up in the air, worked fine. Put them back on, started doing the auto land crap again. So, I made a video, I don't know, a month or two ago, showing people what I did, all proud of myself. Hey, check this out. If you're having visibility problems, paint these bright orange. I think I may have caused some problems for people inadvertently. By doing that, I was causing problems for myself inadvertently. So, I'm going to go back to using my old ones that I started with. They're a little shorter, but they do not cause a problem. It's this neon, bright, reflective stuff that's doing it. So, if you followed my advice and painted your stuff bright orange or whatever, bright pink or green, and ever since then you've been having issues with auto land, sensor type issues, take these off and try it, and I bet your problem will go away. The whole time, because of the issues with that forced firmware update, I just assumed it was problems I was having because of that. It wasn't. It's the neon, bright colors, the reflecting of light, messes with those cameras and sensors. Don't know how or why, but I guarantee you it's doing it. I proved it to myself yesterday. So, if you're having those issues, just like me, try this. Get rid of the reflective stuff on your drone and see if it fixes it. It fixed my problem. Alright guys, hope it helps, and I hope I didn't cause any headaches for people by telling them to do this. A few people commented, oh, great idea, I'm going to do that. So I really hope I didn't cause problems for people. But there's your correction. Get rid of the neon paint, or go back to something that doesn't reflect light like these do after you paint them neon colors, and problem solved. Alright guys, talk to you later. See you on the next one. Bye.